Good morning, you guys. It's the next day. It's 6:24 a.m. and I'm gonna get me a coffee because I'm still kind of sleepy. Just doing a couple of more errands. Yes, can I get your peanut butter shaken espresso with oat milk and extra ice? Small. And that's it. Thank you. I was gonna ask for some extra like caramel syrup in there or something, but I'm like, nah, I don't know. But I did need an extra shot of espresso probably. So now what my son just wants something from the store, so I'm going out there this morning and I had to get some bread for that turkey meat I bought. So I'm going back out there. Other than that, I'm not doing too much today. So I dropped my son off and now I'm here getting coffee and now I'm gonna go to the store right quick. That's about it. Hello. Thank you. You as well. Thank you. Now I gotta figure out how to turn around when traffic is going in the opposite direction. I'm going in the opposite way of traffic. So hopefully, yeah, it's not too busy and I can. Which I did. Yay! You guys, I got my license when I was 26. And I think I still would have played around with it if my grandmother, Big Mama, wasn't like, she said, please get your license. She was like, don't be like me, get your license. And so I took my permit test for the 5th time and I went to Sears driving school because my mom was just, she was just scared. Like, I'm teaching my son now and I'm pretty scared, so I can understand. But she wouldn't even, my mom wouldn't even hear of it. Like she wasn't, she wasn't gonna do it whatsoever. And so I knew I had to go to driving school. No, I keep telling my son, like, you're gonna have to go to driving school because I am nervous. Like, it's only gonna be so much I let him do, you know. So, but he's okay now with me. You know, I do take him out or whatever a little bit, but um, Yeah. I don't even drive that often anymore. Like when I first got my license, I did drive, and my grandma wanted me, you find that other people want you to drive them. So my grandma would send me to pick up my aunt and take her to do an errand or whatever like that. And I was like, I didn't like to drive like that. I always liked other people driving me. Not like these Lyft drivers and Uber drivers. They drive fast. And not like that. Like, I didn't mind my mom driving me around or my brothers driving me around. But it got to a point to where they didn't want to do it anymore. They had got older. And yeah, I had to get my license. Then after I got my license, my older brother took me to the car dealership, and I got my license. I got my car. Well, after a little bit of drama because they wanted a co-signer or they needed a certain amount of money down. So it's now I really didn't know about the stuff, but if my brother would have like saved this much and I could just buy you a used car, I would have been okay with that. But he took me to the lot people, and so I went back and told my grandma, and my grandma was like, I don't co-sign for anybody. And now I understand why she said that. So she loaned me the money, and I made sure I paid her back too. But not soon after I got my license, I got my car. It was a gold Range Rover. And I got my car. It was like comedy. I didn't want to drive the car off the lot. I just got my license, right? I wanted my brother to drive it off the lot. And my brother was like, they have to see you drive the car off the lot. What are you talking about? He was like, get behind there and drive the car. And I was like, I'm nervous. I was like, I want you to drive it off the lot. He was like, I can't drive it off the lot. You got to drive the car off the lot. So I got behind there, and I was like, I'm nervous. He was like, you could do it. Just drive the car. And so I drove it off the lot, and it was like, from then on, I was driving, but then I kind of stopped driving after I kind of stopped driving. Let's see, I lost my car because I lost my job. Then I lost my house. Yeah, that's on a different story spectrum, but so that's down the line. But I was telling you about when I first got my license. Yeah, I drove a little bit, and I had to find my way around. Not soon after I got my license, I got the job at the casino, my first casino job, and it was as a cage cashier. And I was so nervous. I'm like, I just got my license. And now I got this job. And and like I said in another video, I had took down my brother. He the one that took me, my older brother, he the one that took me to that job interview, the casting call. And he has to coax me out of the car and drive off in order to make me go in. And so I went through all the interview stations, and I got the job at the casino. So I had just got my I had just got my license, got my car, and not too long later got a job. I was like, because even though I went through all those interviews and I was passing them, it still took another, I say 6 months to a year in order for me to, actually start working at the casino. But everything was like in order, like boom, 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 boom. And I had something had happened to me just before all of that happened. I had gotten sick really bad, and I was on a respirator. Um, and they told my mom that they didn't think I would make it and all of this. And but thank God I came out of it. I had to recover. It took me a minute to recover. I had to learn how to walk again and walk correctly again, and just get back, mobility and everything like that. And all I could think about was I had thought about, when I was, when I came out of it, when I woke up, I just could think about I wanted to see my family in Ohio. And my mom was like, you already seen, not that I already seen them. She was like, they was there. She was like, they was already there. They had prayed over me and everything. And she was like, all of them, she was like, they was already here. And she told me who was all there. And I was like, really? And she said, yes. And then I thought about it. I was like, I didn't have my license. And I did really want my driver's license. I had took my test off and on. And then, after I recovered and I decided to go take my permit test, my grandma, she was like, I told you, she was like, get your license. Don't be like me. She was like, please get your license. And yeah, I got my license. Yeah. I'm trying to get back in the groove of really driving again, going further and learning my way around again. Because when we was kind of like a little family when I worked for the casino, the first casino. And I would call one of them if I didn't know my way around. I would call one of them and they would kind of direct me. And my brother, my middle brother, he would give me directions. And, so I'm kind of learning my way back around again. So that's interesting. All right, you guys, I'm going to go here and get some odds and ends, and I'll be back. Okay, you guys, I'm already going over budget, but my son wanted these popcorn chicken, so I got him the Kroger one, and I got him the lightly breaded one. Some Ice Mountain, some ragu sauce, because I'm going to make spaghetti. And they were on sale 2 for $4. And I have these noodles, spaghetti noodles. And that's it, really. I don't have to get anything else. I'm going to see, do they have my dairy-free cheese, because they were stocking up yesterday. And I really want it. And I really want it. So I'm going to go see. They didn't have the dairy-free. So I'm going to get me another one of these. It's diced green blended fruit for a smoothie. And some crackers, and that's it. I'm on my way out of the store. All right. Okay, my mom and my son, they both love these. They're onion rings. Like, I don't know why they love them so much. I bought them one time and that was it. So I'm gonna get 2 of them. And then I went with these crackers. All right, you guys. Okay, you guys, I secured the items. I'm on my way home now. And that's pretty much it for today. I'm gonna try to do some cleaning because I've been a procrastinator. And yeah, I'm gonna fix my mom breakfast. No, I'm not filming that. I think I've already told you guys I really don't like to cook, so it's already hectic enough to cook, but to try to film and cook, yeah, no. Yeah, that may be entertaining for you guys, but it is not. It wouldn't be entertaining for me. It'd just be a stressful, it'd be stressful kind of thing. So yeah, no, I'm not doing that now. I did look on YouTube. I was looking on YouTube yesterday and I seen a lot of videos that I would like to try in cooking, like a lot of recipes. And yeah, y'all keep those videos coming. Because once in a while I do like to try some cooking videos, some recipes. It's just really too hot to cook right now though. I might try most of those when it becomes fall, but other than that, it's too hot to cook and it's really too hot to eat. Yesterday I really just wanted a iced coffee, but I had missed my stop. I wanted a iced coffee and maybe a salad, and that was it. I really didn't want anything yesterday. But you guys, you won't believe it. I went there and I forgot to get the bread. So I forgot the bread again, and I'm not gonna bother with it until next week or whatever. We're not, I try to limit bread for the house anyway. So, yeah. Not until next week. We have like all we need. We don't need anything else. I have a little bit of crackers, for the chicken salad and the tuna, not me for the tuna salad. And my, but the chicken salad and the spaghetti. And I think I'm gonna make that spaghetti today, and I can go by Family Dollar and get some containers and put them in the freezer. And so that'll just be another meal I could pull out later. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I don't see. If you listen to these blogs, you will find out more information about me. And I know there are some people listening to my channel that necessarily, don't like me, and sometimes I talk the way I talk because of that. But this is my channel. I'm still, people like to use stuff against you or whatever. And God is sort of giving me back my, to speak, about certain, certain things and that I don't mind talking about. But people like to use things against you. They just listen to use things against you. Who the Son sets free is free indeed. And I said this in a other video. How I look is how I live. What I talk about is how I live to the best of my ability. Christians are not boring. True Christians are not boring people. We silly, we like to have fun, respectful, fun, and you still follow all the rules. And so that's how I live. I mean, I do believe in abstinence. I've been abstinent since 2010. But for the sake of argument, I'm gonna say 2011. And before then, it was far in between. And that was before I fully awakened to how people really are. And how you have to protect yourself from demonic spirits that are out there. But yeah, if I had a daughter, I would explain those things. But I explain those things to my my son. And how people just want to use you. And how not to fall into those traps. And rejection is protection. I thank God that He protected me from a lot of the traps that was out there. But He also gives you free will. And I was always a person who tried to listen to my grandmother, but and her wisdom, Big Mama. People like to talk about,
certain people, like they can't give advice. Big Mama have a lot of wisdom. She had a lot of wisdom, honey. And if I told you, you know, some of her story, you would be like so amazed. How did she make it through? You know, the older people have stories. You know, you listen to them, and you know, all I could think, when she used to tell me, I was like, I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she made it through, but she did, and she was strong person, strong woman. Now she carried her family on her back. So yeah, all the big mamas out there, nothing but love for you, because y'all sacrificed to try to give the next generation better. Now all of these women, they had wisdom to share, still have wisdom to share, God-given wisdom. So when stuff sounds like hogwash, it's hogwash. Just know that. All right, you guys, I'm gonna call it for today, and I'll talk to you next time. I think I'm talking a little bit too much. All right, bye.